Guys, it's Ryan with TTBs, and today I wanted to just give a quick few tips on what the approach should be when you attend a job fair. I've attended several of these as a recruiter with multiple different companies, and one of the tips that you'll always get is just to have hard copies of your resume and have plenty of those copies, and that's fine. I think if you do have a hard copy, uh, you should have multiple. That way, if that's what you're passing out, that's the thing. But I also think that your efforts would be best placed somewhere else, because I actually don't mind if you don't have a hard copy on you. Send it to my email. And the reason why is if you're qualified for something, I can more easily share things with the hiring manager or anybody who might be able to help spread the word or share you to other hiring managers. To me, the days are nearly over of holding on to stacks of resumes and then somehow miraculously finding time some other time to go through all that stack and view who might be qualified for a role or not. To be honest, a lot of times I see those paper resumes, they kind of just get stuffed in a drawer until it eventually gets shredded. There are companies that still do hire with a paper resume, but from what I've seen, most of it, technology is advanced, and we can rely on email and sharing those files. So just email it. And the reason why it's easier is because a lot of recruiters are remote, a lot of hiring managers are remote. Even if one of them isn't, the other might be. So kind of handing off a hard copy of your resume and hoping it doesn't get lost is a lot more challenging. So if I have your resume on file and then I log any of your details into my own personal tracker, my own pipeline, it's much easier to find you after talking to so many different people who are looking for jobs. The other tidbit that I have for attending job fairs is that just do your homework. You should have an idea of what you want to do in the next stage of your life. Know the industry and how you and your experience aligns or doesn't align with the types of jobs that you're looking for, and be prepared to speak to that. So how do you do that? Well, you got to conduct informational interviews and build those networks with people who are already in the industry. So it helps you understand their metrics. Helps you understand what drives their work forward. And then you think about the military, everything has all these acronyms and stuff like that. If somebody already understands that lingo, then they can have a more productive conversation with someone who's in the military. Same thing with the hiring world. If you can speak in their language, then that's going to make a much smoother conversation. So if you walk up to me at a job fair and you say, "Hey, I don't know what I want to do. What positions do you have?" We have hundreds of positions open at pretty much all times. And I don't have the mental bandwidth or the time to go through each and every single one of them and go through all of the requirements, or try to match you up perfectly. So I need to have a general idea at least. It doesn't have to be perfectly narrowly defined, but if you want to get into project management, say that. If you want to be in logistics, say that. If you want to be in maintenance, say that. If you want to be in HR, say that. If there's a specific subcategory, that's fine, but just be specific about what you're trying to look for. Because if you don't give that to me, I'm just going to direct you to our job site so you can get more info and become a more informed job seeker. And then the last thing that I'll say with that is everybody talks about the elevator pitch. I think if you do those two things that I mentioned, they'll effectively make your elevator pitch better, because all of a sudden it's not some rapid fire sales pitch. You have your resume prepared and you can send it to me after we have a conversation. And then with you knowing what the employer is looking for, and knowing what you're looking for, we can more effectively match your needs. So to me, that at the end of the day, I'm a recruiter, so it's like I'm screening against minimum requirements typically, and then presenting you to the hiring manager. I can hype you up to a hiring manager, but ultimately they're making the decision. It's the interview process where you have to sell yourself as a recruiter. If you tell me, hey, I have 5 years of maintenance experience and I'd really love to get into this maintenance job, that sounds like a great fit. But if you tell me you're infantry and that you want to get into finance with no degree and you wanted to be fully remote and $30 an hour, it's probably not going to happen. So, hopefully these tips help you. At the end of the day, I don't think that we should stress about job fairs as much. Um, Also, I guess a little tidbit I'd throw at the end is I would still dress up for it. I would not be too casual, but too overly dressed. I think business casual would be fine. To me, business casual would be a button up and some kind of nice pants and decent shoes. Um, the only times that we kind of deviate from that would be if you expect to walk a lot. Like I walk a lot across the city of Nashville when I am in person. And so, I might wear running shoes that day instead of like the fancier shoes that don't feel well to walk on for a while. So hopefully these tidbits help. You don't have to show up in a tux. And thanks for watching. And we'll check out the rest of the videos with TTPs. I think a lot of this information is valuable for veterans as they transition out of the military. Thanks. Have a great day.